Welcome to the Curry Spice. We're back for the official week 1 of Gentlemen's Fantasy League. Hope you enjoyed that intro before. It was something special. My guest here is Michael.
G'day, boys.
And we're going to just roll through. If you can believe, week 1 has concluded already. So we're just going to look through the matchups. And who did we have, Michael, take out the highest categories this week? Was it Fellowship?
I think so.
Fellowship and Jeremy Nelson's team, Brow Boys, had 7-2 victories. So we'll go through them one by one. The Fellowship played Death and Taxes.
Yeah.
And, is that correct? Sorry, guys.
We're on the wrong matchup.
We're on the wrong matchup. It's already, Yahoo's already bolted to week 2. I thought it was strange. So Toby's team has played Mother of Willows, Wilson's team, and he's won 7-2. So Toby drafted a lot of players with very good upside at where they were taken in the draft. But
a lot of people coming off significant injuries. Derek Rose, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Just to name a few.
Yeah.
Or a couple.
So he's done very well there in his victory. Having a look there, he's taken Mother of Willows has shot 48% field goal. And taken that category pretty easily. But from there, it was really pretty much all Toby. He scored quite a lot of points, I thought, 490, and a bit low in a few other categories. But he's done all right. But Derek Rose had a bit of an injury scare for him early.
Doesn't look too bad though.
Just a twinge.
Just a twinge in his ankle.
In his ankle, and Brook Lopez yet to debut. So he's obviously one of those overheads that if he contributes, it's going to be pretty handy.
If all of his players stay on the park, he's going to have a pretty good team. And with Kobe coming into, just easing into a bit of form, I watched a couple of his games early on, and he was forcing a lot of forced shots, contested shots. But by the second or third game, he was playing the Clippers, and he towed Matt Barnes up on a little fake to go one way into the key, and just took him baseline and did a reverse one-hander. The Kobe of old, just coming back into town.
Definitely got a bit of kick in him. Too bad the rest of his roster don't offer much. And when your best mate's Jeremy Lin, you're going to be struggling for the year. So yeah, we'll see how he goes from here on. But fantasy-wise, he has the potential if he starts increasing that efficiency. Next matchup we're going to have a look at. Let's look at the defending champions, Brow Boys. Jeremy Nelson's side has had a pretty good victory over Downing's team, 7-2. So
first week he's got 2 players ranked in the top 5, with Davis being number 1 and also Clay Thompson being number 4. And Davis had averages of 28.5, 16, 1.5, 2.5, and just a lazy 6 blocks.
Poor Downing.
Just a lazy 6 blocks.
What do you do? What do you do there?
And then you got Clay, who's a high volume shooter, shooting 56% field goal.
Downing's hit over 500 points, so in this week I think anything over 500 is a good week. And he's monstered the boards, but it's the efficiency of Nelson's side there with the 80% free throw and 49% field goal.
3.5 threes from
51 turnovers. So he's very, very efficient at the moment, and it's only week 1, but
he rolled my favourite for the league title. Going back last week, I called Dan and I put a jinx on him.
Yeah, potentially. Don't worry, Dan. You've got DeMarcus Cousins, so he's going to continue to be a very good player this year, and I think he should be an all-star.
He will.
Should be an all-star lock, surely. Today he played the Clippers, and
unless the fans vote Yao Ming in, and Jeremy Lin and people that aren't even playing, they might even vote T-Mac in,
Moving on, your side, Michael, the Keyboard Warriors, got probably an unexpected victory, 5-3 over
pathetic start.
Basketball, who has another injured player in Westbrook.
Yeah.
So the run continues for
As well as Depot being out for a few weeks, but
Yeah.
I had my fair share of injuries with Jimmy Butler missing a couple of games and Taj missing one, and my boys playing absolute pathetic at the start of the first couple of games. You know, Lillard going into half time and hasn't even scored, and Lawson's
Parsons' first game opening night.
16%.
Yeah.
Lawson, 2 and 5.
Yeah.
I average more than that on a Monday night.
Yeah, you've done well to scrape a victory there, but I think the likes of players like John Wall have
And Mario Chalmers, let's not
yeah.
get his results today. Got me over the line.
You always tip me over the edge there, picking up my boy, and all the dirt you put on him for 4 years. But
Feel a little bit dirty. I feel a little bit dirty.
I think I was pretty calm in my response last night. So we'll let that one
I had
pass.
to bury the hatchet to win the matchup.
Yeah, very good.
As Nelson said to me last night.
What?
He said that I had to bury the hatchet to win the matchup.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Anyhow, Monsters Inc. Gavin's side has defeated the Josh McMillan's 6-3 Franken Beans. So I didn't really follow much of this matchup.
Curry played alright,
During
ranked second in all of fantasy for his first week
Yeah, very good.
with
Yeah.
94% foul shots and averages of 27, 7, 7, 4 and 2.5 threes. That's some pretty good stats there from Curry.
Josh, by the looks here, hasn't had David West or David Lee play a game for him,
That hurts.
which has hurt him by the looks here. Losing points by 4, rebounds by 60, say, and field goal by 0.01%. So this matchup could have been very different. Having said that, I mean, Gavin's had Jamal Crawford miss a game, and looking over it, yeah, he's got a lot of bigs. A lot of bigs. So 30 blocks though. So
How do you go in his foul shots, Gav?
61%, not too bad, I reckon, for the amount of bigs he's got. I mean, you've got Dwight, Chandler, Noel. Iguodala doesn't hit free throws. He's shot 25%. And Omer Asik. And that's, Abarkas, your better one, your better big. So, a lot of bigs, but a win. So, very nice.
It doesn't matter how you get wins in fantasy, just wins a win.
So wins. Next matchup. So let's just roll through mine quickly. I played Ben and ended up a 6-3 win. Ben has a very young side that has a lot of upside, and my side is a bit of an all-round unit at the moment with no real identity, but
Other than Chris Bosh, ranked third.
Chris Bosh.
Ranked third, mate. 51 field goals, 93% foul shots from a big man. I don't know how many put up, but
Roll
93 from a big man is pretty good. And just a slight 2.5 threes from the big man.
Fuck.
Average of 28, 11.5, 4, and 1.5.
I could not be happier. He just carried me through the week. Just said, boys, Heat Nation, get on my back. He goes, Eric Gordon shot, 10% for me. Have a look at Eric Gordon. Jabari Parker and Wiggins are trying to find themselves, carrying them. He just carried most of the side. So really happy with Chris Bosh.
Wouldn't mind Jabari on my roster. Maybe we can on the side.
Yeah, mate. Well, I won't be taking Chalmers. I'll put it that way. I'm not trading Jabari for Chalmers.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. Last matchup we're going to roll into for the week is the dynasty of Joel McMillan's team, the Architect, and
He seemed did a fair bit today to try to throw the game away, and I don't think Joel was too happy about it by the looks of his posts.
But he's
and
won.
Stuff.
He's won, and no one should be unhappy when they win. Winning is everything. And Death and Tax is very competitive without Durant, 5-4
And
loss.
Leonard.
And Leonard, very competitive. So a bit of positive there despite the loss. I don't think he was expected to win.
No.
I think Joel's team looked like he was going to cruise in and just the last couple of days.
Leonard was his third round pick or second round pick.
Second or third, yeah.
So to have your first two picks gone, it's gonna
If I didn't have Bosch and Paul, I'm probably looking at like 8-1 loss.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's done alright.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joel's had a good win there. Do you have any of his players, his main contributors? Obviously, Marcus Sol's had a really good week.
His 35 and 10 plus rebound game was just superlative, and Vucevic played really well. That's a steal in the fourth round.
Yeah.
Was thinking of going him.
And James Harden's was he number one player for the week, or did he hold on?
I think
he was very close.
He just missed out on the fourth ranked player.
Yep.
He finished. He finished sixth.
That's good information.
Jeff Teague for Luke just pinched him with 57 field goal percentage, was pretty good for
Anyhow, his first three picks have been highly productive.
Yeah.
Probably more so.
Jeff Teague had a good game to round out the top 5 ranks.
What was his assist?
With a 7.
Yeah.
7 assists.
So he must have been scoring a bit.
3.5 rebounds, 1 block.
He got a block. He averaged a block.
3 steals, 22.5 points, 1 3, 92 foul shots, and 57% field goal. I don't know if he can keep that up because he is a very high.
He started pretty good last year.
He does
and then died off a little bit after about 5 or 6 weeks. But he was very, very good the first 6 weeks last year. Whether that's going to be the same, I don't know. But he's obviously started to come out firing. Joel's having good plays. Lowry.
Yeah.
He's played pretty good as well. So they're the teams. So what we're looking at currently, would you believe it, is the number 1 equal spot is Jerry Nelson's Brow Boys, top of the ladder. Toby McMillan, operating from America, is second. Gavin is third. I find myself at 4th. And Michael 5th. And we play each other next week.
It's going to be a big
game.
Hammer Fitness rivalry going on there.
Joel sits at 6. Death and Taxes, Luke 7. Nick 8. Ben 9. Josh 10. 11 Downing. And Mr. Willow 12. So, looking at that, looking ahead, it's going to be pretty close. We've had the 7-2 victories, which has really put Willow and Dan's team behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? How important is that for them to win the second week?
Oh, massive. Like I was staring down early on. I was staring down 9-0 against Nick, and if you start off fairly bad and you're losing 7-2, you better hope you come out firing the next week, because if you lose again 7-2 again the following week, you're massively behind the 8 ball.
It's a lot of categories to be down so much so early. Moving on now from the ladder. So congratulations, Jeremy Nelson, top of the power rankings. First.
I just can't believe he's just got two players in the
Yeah, in
the top.
Generally, if you've got one player in that top 5, that top 10 area, you're going to be really competitive that week. To have 2 is...
And now Clay's got his contract all signed up and ready to go.
He knows it's home now.
Now he doesn't have to worry about any of that, and he got his money, and it doesn't look like it's affected him as such, and hopefully it doesn't affect him.
Yeah.
Unless he's playing me, then I hope it does affect him and he has a shit one, but... hopefully Clay can keep rolling for Nelson, and that might see him get back to the finals and hopefully, for his sake, win another final back to back.
For sure. Trade of the week. There was no trades.
No.
There hasn't been any trades. There's been a few, I guess, you could sense a few murmurings. Wouldn't know for sure.
There's been a few posts about people in the office.
Are you interested? Blah, blah, blah. But
categories.
It's quiet. I
think people are probably just sussing out
who
they want, what they need.
It's very hard, isn't it?
What they don't need.
I think one of the things is, obviously you want to trade, that's getting tougher, is that the league's pretty competitive, and it's, I think the popular thing the last few years, maybe not as much last year, but it was very popular to trade a player for a player that would help your team and take a player off your team that doesn't help your team as much, that helps another team, kind of like a mutual trade. That was very popular a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
For some reason, the drafting has been more better, and everyone has
The players that
everyone
they want.
has those needs, and if they don't have those needs, they're not willing to part with such valuable picks. I think the other problem is everyone's very switched on and aware. Obviously, you want to trade a player who is out of form, pending going out of form, might be carrying an injury. So the other people are much more aware of this, and I'm not going to give you full value for that trade. So it's just making it. I think like, there has to be a reason.
Yeah.
So
It's like a trade. I won't disclose, but I had a trade offer yesterday. Was a fairly decent trade, but the position that I was getting would have just clogged my whole team. The fact that over the last couple of seasons, this particular player's missed a amount, certain amount of games, and the person he wanted was a wing of mine that I wasn't prepared to give up. Not to say that it was a bad trade offer, because it was actually a decent trade offer, but it would have helped the other manager out, but it wouldn't have necessarily helped me out.
Yep.
So deal obviously didn't get done, but that's not to say that it wasn't a solid trade offer. Just couldn't get done for other reasons.
Yep. All right. So yeah, no trades. Do you think there might be a trade by this time next week?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Short answer, no.
Okay, cool. Moving on to waiver of the week. So, waiver of the week is a pretty popular thing that we've had in the Curry Spice. I'll throw a few suggestions and I'll let you choose who you think waiver of the week is.
I'll not choose. We can discuss. And
discuss. Yeah. Okay. All right. Having a look, obviously, can't ignore your Perry Jones one, which you got hammered for on Facebook.
Wow, everyone can just get stuff with that, because his stats were really good in the game that Westbrook went down, and then
you called the future happened, and away you went.
That's right.
I like Evan Foreigner from basketball. Whether it's waiver of the week, I don't know, but I reckon I like him as well.
Well, he's had him, he's dropped him, he's picked him up again, he's dropped him, he's picked him up again.
Does that hurt your ability to make waiver of the week if you've dropped the player and then re-picked him up? Should it?
Well, waiver of the week, is that based on how it helped your team in the matchup?
Waiver of the week,
just
I think, should be based on, because it's waiver of the week.
Yeah.
It should be based on how that player helped your team for that week. I reckon. Because it's waiver of the week, not waiver of the month or waiver of the year.
Well, just because I got one day out of Chalmers, does that count?
I don't reckon. No, I don't reckon it counts. I mean, does he qualify? No, of course not.
Well, that is 3 today.
Fucking doesn't count. Of course it doesn't. He had what, 10 points?
He had 1-3, which bumped me up in the 3.
All right, we're dawdling here. Okay.
Nah, you can't do that with one player.
Donald. What I will put forward is Donald Sloan had a good week. All right.
What sort of numbers did he put up?
Okay, let me just pull up Donald Sloan's numbers and Donald Duck, this guy from Indiana Pacers.
It's because no one else is on their roster, mate.
Do you know what he's averaging?
Frank Vogel.
Do you know what he's averaging? 14 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 6.7 assists in 3 games. Now, he's scored 16 points, 12 and 14. Don't care who he played. Stole once a game. Turn over the ball. He's had 8 turnovers for the week. He's had 20 assists for the week. He's had 18 rebounds. He doubled in his first game. He's shooting free throws at 80% off 10 attempts. He's hit 4 threes for the week. His field goal's 40%. And I reckon he's had a good week. Is he waiver of the week? I don't know. But I reckon definitely reckon he's top 3.
Oh, he's a solid pickup, but Frank Vogel's going to have to suit up soon for
waiver of the week,
Pacers.
mate. Waiver of the week for this week. It only counts for this week, because next week we'll have a new waiver of the week. So
it's tough because
apply that to your mind. Or other names.
Because Jones only got picked up.
Nene was pretty good at
Jones got picked up for 1 game.
Yeah, did his 1 game. You reckon Perry Jones off your post and then he's one game?
I don't know.
Fuck, man.
I don't know. You had Sloan the whole matchup, didn't you?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to look through the others. I'm sure everyone's got... Oh, shit, Foreigner's been pretty good. Depends how many matchups you cut him for, though. And he's gone 11, 21 and 18, in mainly points. He's been alright. Pick a waiver of the week, mate. So I'm going to run through some names. Evan Foreigner, CJ Miles, Donald Duck, obviously your boy Perry Jones, Teletovic, Marcus Morris, Shannon Fry, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
He's actually been not that bad. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. His offense appears to be slightly better, but I don't think it can't get any worse than what it has been in his previous seasons. But his defensive stats...
I had a couple of quiet games.
His defensive stats are still there. And
I reckon just pick a player.
Well, who do we go, man?
It's your call.
It's not my call. You got it.
I reckon, let's leave it this. If someone's got someone better than Donald Sloan, comment in the
video,
page,
yeah.
and let me know if you've got someone better than Donald Sloan, okay? And we'll go from there. Simple as that.
I think we probably needed to look at the stats of waiver wires a little bit more in depth than
before coming on here and just trying to guess on the spot, on the fly off the
yeah.
No, true, but I reckon
But I'll tell you what, who might win it next week?
Perry Jones. Was he picked up this week though? Oh, it's a new ad. New ads next week.
And he played last week.
Is he on the waiver wire now? He'd have to be.
Who, Jones?
No, to win waiver of the week, you have to be on the waiver wire. So it's only the players on the waiver wire starting now.
Even if a player's been picked up but they haven't played for the person's team yet?
Fuck. Who name the player?
Right.
Brandon Wright. You picked him up and you benched him.
He hasn't played a game.
Chose not to
he hasn't played a game for me yet.
Doesn't count.
Missed efficiency.
Alright, we're dawdling.
Yeah.
Okay, so matchups for next week. Okay.
Might need to just edit the last 5 minutes out.
Could
it's
be
been a bit of a waste.
Could be line in the sand stuff here. We've got Jeremy Nelson, number 1, versus number 12, bottom of the ladder currently, Willow. Now, he lost 7-2 last week. What happens if he loses this to the top team? Anthony Davis is running hot. What happens?
Do you drive to the Westgate?
Fuck. I'll tell you what. I mean, you could be down heavily and you haven't done anything wrong. I mean, the season's just started. I mean, facing Nelson now is difficult.
It's bad.
So, I reckon... Willow, you got to do your homework here and find a way to just secure some categories. You need 4 categories at least, I reckon.
And maybe pray for someone to miss a game for some innocuous reason, like, someone's wife giving birth or...
Fuck. Next game, Barnes get ball versus Downing, 8th